What's up, guys? I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't talking to you. So I haven't done this video, oddly enough, but I've certainly carried this stuff in my pack for years now. So I figured I'd share it with you guys. So the tool roll. So this is just a canvas bag that I keep my tools in. Now we could run the gamut and get into what is a tool, what's considered a tool. It could be a lot of different things. The video I did on cookware, well, that's a tool. That container to help boil water, disinfect water, cook meals, etc. But that's not what I'm talking about here. Obviously your knives are tools. Axes, saws, be it a folding saw, buck saw, whatever. All tools to help you do the things you need to do when you're out bushcrafting or whatever it is you want to call that, right? So knives also, this is not what I'm talking about. So I'm talking my specific tool roll. So let's dig into that. Should be a quick video, hopefully. Won't run on too much, but this is what I've carried for years now. And again, I don't even know why I never thought to shoot this video, but here we go. Just lay some stuff out here. So this is what I consider, or what is my tool roll, and what I keep in my pack. So again, you know, all your knives, your saws, your axes, all that stuff is obviously tools. So one thing that I've always liked to do is keep things in my kit to keep those things sharp, right? Whether you actually have to sharpen it in depth, or just give it a quick honing, or whatever the case may be. So just in a piece of leather here with a leather wang, I have a Lansky's puck to sharpen my axe. I have a DC4 Sharpening Stone, you know, two-sided. A Lansky's diamond rod. Now this thing, in my opinion, it's got the little slot in there, you know, for fish hooks and things like that, but in my opinion this thing's a bit aggressive on some blade types, metal materials specifically, but it does do a good job. You know, you don't have to get into it, but just a nice light honing on your blade to touch it back up is a good thing. So again, with the other tools that you carry, I think it's important to carry something to take care of those, right? So next, I'm not sure of brand names on these next two, but this is a spoon knife. So I've carved quite a few cookses with this, spoons, etc. I just wrap the blade, again, in a leather wang, just to keep it from cutting into the bag or anything else while it's in the roll. This is a crooked knife. Again, same thing, just a leather wang wrapped around to cover the blade and protect it and the rest of the contents of the kit, and me when I dig in there to pull it out, right? I'm not cutting myself. So crook knife. So two super useful tools, bushcrafting anyway, if you're into that, making bowls and spoons and things of that nature. This crook knife I've used to help make a pole for pulling my canoe. It works pretty good. Obviously over the spoon knife with the sharp hook, right? And it works, I think, better just leverage wise than your knife. And I've done both, but this seems to be a little more comfortable, easy to work than, you know, using your knife and being all over the place. But it's that tool. So moving on, This came in my belt pouch that I got, some years ago. So this is just a repair kit. The bone's hollowed out. It's got this drawstring, so I can pull out my repair kit. That's got a couple different needles there. It's got some artificial sinew. And then in my pack, in different spots, I carry different types of cordage, rope, whatever you want to call that. So a couple different diameters of bank line, the obvious paracord, etc. So, but just a simple repair kit. I can either use the sinew if I need it, or the bank line to repair something if I need to. Multi-tool. Lots of people have talked about these. I don't have the fancy one or a fancy one. This is just a Gerber. It was military issued to me. I think I got one with each of my deployments, so it was free, which is good. So again, not a fancy one. It's got a couple different blades in there, and then your assorted screwdrivers, bottle opener, etc. I think it's good. Certainly for the pliers, always handy. So that's in my tool roll specifically for that. And quite honestly, I've always carried a multi-tool, and I find myself very rarely, if ever, using it. Although I have used the pliers quite a bit. So I wouldn't say that's super essential, but a good thing to have. Last but not least, in my kit, just a couple small pieces of sandpaper. Again, if I'm working on a project, spoon, cooksa, whatever, it's nice to just touch that up, smooth it out, especially on a cooksa where your lips are going to touch it maybe. Same thing on a spoon, putting it in your mouth, just to get any of the burrs off or whatever. You could also use it on your knives if you're so inclined, or touch up, one of your carving tools. I just think it doesn't take up room, doesn't weigh anything, and it's definitely convenient. So again, not sure why I haven't shot that video over the years, but I've definitely carried this stuff, maybe in different configurations here and there, but the tool roll is what I come up with to keep everything in one spot, easy to find, and I know the purpose of the kit, right? So just figured I'd share that with you guys. Hopefully you get something out of that. You probably do something similar, as nothing's new really anymore. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and we'll catch you on the next one. Until then, God bless, guys.